Hey guys, MJ here, welcome back to the channel. So another trailer for FIFA then. So today's one is going to be Pro Clubs. So all you Pro Clubs guys want to know what changes there are going to be this year for Pro Clubs in FIFA 23. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get straight into this one. So make sure you smash a like, subscribe if you are new. But yeah, let's go and check this thing out. Alright, so let's hit play and yeah, let's see what's going on with this.
We've got the squad together to get into what's new in Pro Clubs in FIFA 23. Over to you.
Thank you, Derek. Here with Tim and Mbuso from the development team, diving into everything that is Pro Clubs in FIFA 23. A ton to get into, including a new shared progression system, customization, drop-in, new perks, new skill games. Here to break it down are the dev team themselves. So let's start with you, Mbuso. What are you most excited about in FIFA 23?
So many things, but I think I've got to start with that first thing you mentioned, the shared seasonal progression. We have an opportunity to have both social modes in the same space in the main menu.
So FUT for the longest time and Volta have had a season system that rotates through a 6-week cycle. This will be the first time that Pro Clubs players will be able to take advantage of that. Pro Clubs players will now be earning seasonal progression by playing Pro Clubs matches. They'll be able to head over to Volta where they can claim their rewards, make purchases with the Volta coins that they've earned, and then take their rewards back to Pro Clubs where they can equip them and wear them on the pitch.
Talking about Pro Clubs heading over to the 11v11 match, community talks so much about drop-ins. Is there anything new coming to the drop-ins experience this year?
Yeah, we're looking to freshen up the drop-in experience this year. We want to bring in more kits, more stadiums. We want to be able to rotate through that visual experience. So now there'll be 8 Pro Clubs drop-in specific kits. On top of that, we do want to liven up the experience and create more moments of magic. So for this year, drop-ins will be 4-minute halves. We want to reduce that down so it's a faster experience, make every moment matter. And we also want to move to a golden goal extra time that won't proceed to penalties beyond that. We want to make it a quick experience. You get in, you score a magic goal and golden goal, and then you're back in the ecosystem, readying up to go again.
Community often talks about tracking that progression, perks playing a big role in that. Can you explain anything new coming to perks and the whole progression system as a whole?
So for 23, we have listened to a lot of that community feedback. There'll be a lot more levels, and not only that, the gaps between each level, the XP required to move from one to another will be shortened, so it'll be more frequent moments of excitement and more rewards. We're also looking to get perks into the hands of our players sooner. While you may only have one perk slot available to you at launch, we want to get you in and able to experiment and find out which one works for you best. Furthermore, into perks, we do have 4 new perks, 2 of which are defensive based. So there's a great new one called Chase Down, which is activated after a change of possession if you're retreating back toward your own goal, as well as an interceptor perk that'll activate whenever you're defending and the ball is in your proximity. You'll be able to make blocks and traps on opposition passes and shots more easily. We also have a chance creation perk that's light passes. It's a really interesting one. It's the only time that the perk actually takes effect on your teammates. It'll actually influence the ability of your teammates to trap and control your passes. So if you're playing driven passes into the box, that first touch, when you need it to be perfect, to be able to get it out of your feet and shoot, that'll be the perk for you, and you can dictate the play of your team. We also have a poacher perk. This will activate when players move inside the box, and it will boost all of those areas of finishing, volleys, heading, as well as your general finishing and shooting.
Something I think every Pro Clubs player has experienced at one point or another. You load up the game, load up Pro Clubs, you get ready, and none of your teammates are online.
It's a common occurrence that you're into the lobby and you're waiting for that one last 2 or 3 people. And this time, FIFA 23 will give you something to do with your time. So we do want to encourage players to go and play skill games with their virtual pro inside the Pro Club system, compete against your teammates for top spot on a Pro Club specific leaderboard, so you'll get bragging rights. And on top of that, we want to give you a player growth XP reward that will reset on a weekly cadence. We'll also be adding player growth XP as a reward to Volta matches, so you will be earning a contribution to your Pro Club's avatar's player progression XP as well.
So what would you say the main benefit is here as these two come together for both Pro Clubs and Volta players?
The shared seasonal progression. So now we have it where in Pro Clubs and in Volta, you can play both modes and earn seasonal points. And then that shared progression can carry through into both of those, unlocking gear that you can equip onto your Pro.
All right, a lot to take in here, so I guess it's really just time to start planning. And Buso, Tim, thank you for joining us, running through everything, and I guess it's time to get the group chats going, get the team back together.
Get everyone back together. Join the club. Go be that hero.
Yeah, can't wait. Thank you.
Ready up, Derek. Back to you.
Well, Stuart, I think we need to go and plan our next team celebration.
Well, Derek, I've already got one in mind. That's got me inspired, that's for sure.
Well. So, I figured I'd just let the video run all the way through for you guys, so you get to watch it like with me, and then now I can give a little bit of an opinion at the end of like what I thought of it all. So yeah, basically they're kind of like making Volta and Pro Clubs, like combining the two of them now, so you can actually get some of those really cool outfits, it looks like. So that's pretty cool, because like I would always see on the menu like Volta having like the outfits and everything, but the thing is though, like they've done the thing where you know, Foot has that season progression thing where you just get like a really nice like little bit of the seasons and you get little rewards and things. Yeah, that's gonna be yeah, it's so annoying because like there's only so much time, so you can't play like every single game mode, right? But I suppose if you're like that guy that does Pro Clubs, or if you're that guy that does Foot, then it really does benefit you to have like that seasonal progression in like each mode. So they really should have bought this when they did it for Foot. But of course, like Foot takes priority over everything because that's where they make their money and stuff. The one trait, because I'm doing this like when it comes to my mind, but there was like a trait, didn't it? They say that like they added these traits. So
Talks about track.
So yeah, they was talking about these traits, and there was one where he's saying like tracking fucking like through the defensive, and the ball went to him like a magnet. Now that's nice if you're the defender, right? And if you're that guy, but it looks shit if you're the attacker trying to get in on that. Like I'm not gonna lie, I was happy at this, with like first of all, but then after I thought about it, I was like, oh, that's gonna be a pain if someone's got that trait on and you're like coming up against. Because that could be broken, that perk. And then what else was there? What else? I mean, there wasn't like too much, but there seemed like that they did quite a few sort of like, it seems like this year they're just doing a few just sort of small things to make it like a little bit like things that probably people have been asking for a long time, or just little tiny things to it this year. There's not been that overall like massive thing where everyone's just sort of going, wow, yes, that's it, FIFA 23 is going to be amazing because they're doing this. It's just sort of lots of little small things. But this small thing with the skill games, when you're waiting in the lobbies, that feels like that could be quite a big thing where, you know, you're waiting around for people and this actually gives you something to do instead of just sitting there. This has happened to me in Pro Clubs. It's probably, and I didn't even play Pro Clubs for that long, so I'm pretty sure for you guys like that are really into the Pro Clubs, this happens way too often for you guys. So this is a really nice thing, but it's a small thing again that they've done, but it's probably like quite a big thing if you go into FIFA 23 and you start playing Pro Clubs and you're not actually waiting around no more. I think it could still get a little, it's nice to begin with, but it could get boring maybe like down the line, but it's still a nice thing that they've actually thought about and put in, right? what else did they do? Yeah, not much else. I'm trying to flick through it now. So obviously, yeah, the drop-ins again. I think where they've done something with the drop-ins here was, of course, the drop-ins are kind of boring, and if you haven't got a club and you ain't got like a group of like people that want to come on a regular basis and play pro clubs, the drop-ins is the way to go, right? And drop-ins can get pretty boring. It's pretty much the same kits, the same shit every time you go into it. So like they've actually tried to do something here that probably should have been done again a long time ago, but they're gonna change the kit every time. They're gonna change it so like you know, like say like you're playing Call of Duty or something like that, where the map will change. So when you do actually go into like a team deathmatch or something like that, you're running through like a bunch of maps, right? So it doesn't get boring as quickly because you're going into like different maps. Of course, you'll eventually get used to the maps and it'll just be like nothing, right? But at least like this time round, it actually looks like they said they're gonna like change the stadium each time, so it just kind of changes the visuals up a little bit each time. But again, it's just such a small change to do, right? So I mean, that's pretty much that was pretty much it, wasn't it? I wasn't okay. That's it. That's pretty much pro clubs then. Like I said, I might play it. I haven't actually played too much on FIFA 22. I've been like getting really back into foot again, and I haven't even done the career mode this year either on FIFA 22 really. So I'm probably be looking to go back into like pro clubs and career mode in FIFA 23. It's a bit too late now really. So I'm just gonna obviously continue with foot until the end. But like, of course, like with foot, there's so many like things you gotta do. Like there's squad battles. Some people don't like doing that. But then there's division rivals. There's you know, like the weekend league. Then now what they're doing is they're bringing out these objective cards every week, where you have to go into friendlies and you have to play to try and earn these cards. So there's like 3 or 4 different things that you want to do on that, and then you've got the whole week basically then planned out where you've got to do all of those things. So then you're spending all week on that one game mode. So it does make it like a little bit challenging and a little bit difficult to actually like go and explore like the other game modes. And I think that's what they're going to do with pro clubs now. They've got a season system, of course, like they were saying. So yeah, anyway, I'm rambling on. I've rambled on for like far too long after this trailer, but yeah, that's going to be the end of the video, guys. I'm going to leave it there because I'm talking like it's way too much. But yeah, I'll be back hopefully for the next trailer. I think they're gonna do like an ultimate team one. They're gonna do like maybe another one as well. I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, smash a like, subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you in the next one.